Nancy Pelosi's possible Taiwan visit is getting more attention. The Pentagon responded to Beijing's calls not to go through with the trip by boosting military presence. Meanwhile, some in Taiwan are welcoming the U.S.'s response. Let's take a closer look.
Talk about my travel.
U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is scheduled to start her Asia tour on Friday, though for now it's unclear whether she will visit Taiwan. The Speaker's potential visit to the island has been making headlines. If Pelosi goes through with the trip, she would become the highest-ranking U.S. official to visit Taiwan in the last 25 years. On the other hand, China's foreign ministry spokesman has warned a visit from Pelosi would be a red line for Beijing and would trigger what he called serious consequences from the Chinese regime. Earlier this week, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin said he had spoken with Pelosi and gave his assessment of the security situation.
I remain concerned, and you've heard me say this before, about the aggressiveness of the PRC and the kinds of things that we've been seeing in the region lately. And so I think we have to be vigilant, throughout, even as we're operating in that region.
Austin declined to comment on the specific security requirements that Pelosi's planned trip would require. After news broke about Pelosi's possible visit, Beijing warned Tuesday that the Chinese military will take strong measures if the trip goes ahead. What's more, a state-backed newspaper threatened that, in case of a maritime conflict between the U.S. and China, the U.S. carrier fleet would be, quote, wiped out. China claims the island as its own territory, though the Chinese Communist Party has never ruled Taiwan. Because of China's stance, visits by U.S. officials to Taiwan have become a frequent source of tension between Beijing and Washington. The U.S. does not have official diplomatic ties with Taiwan, but is bound by law to provide the island with the means to defend itself. Some Taiwan citizens seem to be shrugging off recent warnings from Beijing.
China has actually issued similar statements in the past whenever there is a similar situation. So this time around I am quite at ease because I think that this is mostly verbal threats and intimidation.
I think that the whole global situation is changing and becoming more tense. But to be honest, I am already used to China issuing such statements. So I am not overly nervous, but think that there could be some new developments.
As for Washington's promised military movements, a U.S. aircraft carrier and strike group has entered the South China Sea, heading toward Taiwan. The U.S. 7th Fleet Commander confirmed it's a scheduled operation.